Rise of the Shield Hero, episode 14 recap. We start by Naofumi learning from his DM that he is in fact on a railroad and you are going to go meet my new NPC because I just designed her entire character and you're going to go fucking meet her, goddammit. And he's on a railroad.
Okay.
Yeah. No, he finds out that there's literally nothing that he can do but go talk to the queen. And then on his way to go talk to the queen, a bunch of bad stuff happens.
Yeah.
And that culminates in Raphtalia meeting the person who enslaved her entire town and maybe did a genocide.
Well, I mean, you gotta love a good villain.
Yeah. So let's just get right into, what did you like?
This episode is just so out there. I really like the trust that's starting to build between Naofumi and Melty.
Yeah.
I also like that we're starting to get into more of Raphtalia's background. I know it's a really tragic background, but
it gets happier at the end.
Yeah.
I really like the what's his name, Reichnaut? He has like 3 lines and they're all bangers.
Yeah. He's pretty great. He every time he pops up though, he reminds me of the priest kid off of Gurren Lagann.
Rossio. Yeah,
yes.
He has a lot of Rossio vibes to him.
Yes, he always reminds me of him a little bit.
It's probably just the not quite a bull haircut.
Yeah. I mean that, and they're both kind of skinny, scrawny. You don't really think of them as being tough guys.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, they have the same energy. They'll follow the rules to a T, but they're always looking out for the greater good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also, what does the word Reich mean in German? I know it has lots of violent connotations after World War II.
I'm not really sure.
I like that in an episode where you're not sure where everyone's allegiances lie, like Reich, the word that everyone likes to associate with Hitler, and then not.
Yeah.
He is not the Reich. He's not here to fight you. I think that's like, to my dumb American brain, that's a cool, that's a cool name. I like that now that we're not in Melremark, we're like kind of in the outskirts of everything, that the like architecture is changed.
Yes.
I think that's neat. Like you're still very obviously in like throw a dart at a country in Europe castle.
Yeah.
But it's a very different build and make and everything. It's good artwork.
Yes, it is. A good attention to that small detail that a lot of people may not notice.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of small details, you brought up something in the intro sequence. You should bring that up now.
Oh, yeah, I like that Raphtalia still wears her chains from when she was a slave, but more as like jewelry than, and it's with that and the fact that she chose to have the slave tattoo put back on her.
Mm-hmm.
Like she really took what most people would try to, like most people who have been enslaved would never want to see anything they were ever put in chains with or anything, but she kind of takes it and makes it her own.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't ashamed of that part of her background, and she managed to break free and become her own person, even with the trappings of being a slave.
Yeah, it's quite the statement.
Yeah. And she really goes a little crazy there at the end for a second.
Oh, this episode? Yeah,
yes.
I'm pretty sure there's a little bit of carryover from that.
Yeah, so I like seeing when Raphtalia gets to be the
girl boss.
Yeah, I like it. She is my favorite character, so I like the episodes that revolve around her.
I like that Melty, who is Philo's best friend, recognizes that Philo is a bird.
Yeah.
I think because Raphtalia and Naofumi like really treat her like a child, and I like how Melty has the line of like, you will never understand the sentence that I just said to you.
Yeah.
I can still give you a hug, but you'll never get what's going on in my brain.
Yeah, between that and her telling Melty that to play hide and seek and not to come out.
Yes. Yeah,
so
yeah,
that
yeah.
Melty wouldn't get hurt by the, like...
She's smart. She really shows off her cojones this episode.
Yeah, she's a force to be reckoned with for such a small girl.
Yeah. So we got, like, a double dose of child murder, because mine set the hill on fire, and then we had Reichnot's evil counterpart show up, the Bad Lord. They said his name a couple times, but...
I don't remember what it was.
We can just call him Shitty Mustache, because I don't think he even shows up again after this.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, so Shitty Mustache also gets a little hand in of the, like, I'm gonna torture you to death.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
small child.
Like, not even to death, just until the light goes out of your eyes. Like,
yeah,
like it's just freaky.
Yeah, but I feel like once you get into punishment with religious rhetoric, you pretty quickly find yourself on, oh, this person died, quote unquote, on accident.
Yeah.
It's like, did the flagellation have anything to do with it? No, he just died, natural causes. What? Blood loss kills people? Write that down. No, it doesn't. It's fine. All right. Well, is there anything else you liked?
I do like that we get to see more demi-humans.
Yeah.
And because you've only really seen one or two so far, so now you really get to, like, see all the different species of demi-humans.
Mm-hmm.
They all look like cats, though.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to Elden Ring. Their demi-humans are all sorts of animals. I met a rat. I met a wolf. They're cool. So what did you not like?
I don't like that you kind of go from fleeing from one bad guy just to end up with another bad guy. Like,
but that's espionage. That's where they're at in their adventure.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point in having spies in your story if the enemy spies aren't very good. Yeah. Or at least if, like, the big enemies can't lie to you, there's no point in having a spy.
Yeah.
And so the fact that, like, the Whispers of Owls or whatever, like, there's a fucking legion of them, it's like, people should be good at lying in this kingdom. Like, there's no reason for the queen to have 1 billion spies otherwise.
Right.
So my big thing that I don't like, and I think this is only because last episode's was so good, the sound work's not great in this episode. Like, in the last episode, there are, like, people over ridges and their voices are muffled, and, like, it just feels like everyone's, like, shouting to one another across plains, and when Naofumi is trying to whisper to the party, he's really quiet. And in this, there's, like, 4 different points that it just really feels like the rest of the people in the shot should hear the people whispering to one another. And, like, there's another bit where, like, you hear guards outside, then a window gets opened, and then, like, people notice the guards. And if same sound designer from the last episode did this episode, that would be, like, 3 different progressions of volume, and in this it's just the same all the way through. So I think it might just be because last episode's was so good, but
yeah.
I gotta give a C- to the sound design on this one.
I don't know. Another thing I didn't really like was the way they kind of hint at Raphtalia's background through, like, her dreams and images and stuff, but it makes it really confusing trying to figure out, like, what's really, because when you actually hear the story in the next episode, it kind of misleads you a little bit.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it bothered me throughout the episode. Just because I know the story coming up, as opposed to not knowing it the last time we watched it, and I was very confused.
I always get confused in this episode at the midway cut, because it shows Naofumi walking over to Raphtalia and she's having a nightmare. and it cuts into her dreams for a couple seconds, and then it cuts back to Naofumi, and he's like, oh, she's having that same dream, and it's like, can he actually just, like, read people's dreams? And I know that it's just she's doing the same, like, mumbling the same words or whatever, but it really, how it's laid out in the framework of the episode, it looks like he's reading her mind in her sleep.
Yeah, but it's not the same dream, because that's the irony of he thought she was having the same dream she had when she was a little girl about her parents, not realizing that it's not the same dream. She just had the same reactions as when she dreamed of the parents before.
Her nightmares leveled up with her.
Yeah,
that's really
much.
shitty. That's so bad. Oh, that's like in the...
Is that like the worst side effect to a superpower ever?
No, I came up with the worst one.
Yeah.
In Soul Eater episode 2, I realized that Naofumi only exists to fight Blackstar. The sword fighter who protects Angela the Witch. All he ever does is lose fights to Blackstar. Naofumi. His name is literally Naofumi, but with an M. Naofumi.
Wow.
Yeah. His name is Naofumi, and he's the swordsman that protects Angela, and he's the one that, like, throws the swords all over the battlefield. He only exists to fight and lose to Blackstar.
Mm-hmm.
That is the shittiest lot in life that you could ever have. And he's so cool! He's got all of these awesome powers. He's got 1,000,000 swords, and he keeps all of them sharp. I feel like his morning routine doesn't involve a shower, just lots of whetstones. Okay. Anything else you didn't like?
No.
No?
Really.
Okay. Spoilers! There's the big one about the hole that they found.
Yeah. It gets a little tragic when you find out what's down there.
Slavery is bad. We don't like slavery on this podcast.
Yeah. That's very true.
Yeah.
No, it's you get a child death in the next episode.
It takes him a couple to croak, doesn't it?
No, the girl that is locked in the room with Raphtalia when she's a little girl dies in the cell. They find her skeleton.
Right, because the boy's in the other one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yay!
It seems to be a theme all of a sudden.
Why? Is this gonna be one of those things where you just, like, point it out and then all of a sudden it's everywhere?
Probably.
It's like when you get the nice sports car in GTA and then all of a sudden whenever the game loads a random car, it's like, oh, hey, we have this one in the memory. So then, like, all of a sudden there's 8 Lamborghinis just, like, going down the road. But yeah, so bad stuff, I guess, is in spoiler section.
Yeah.
I personally don't want to ruminate on more dead kids,
But then after that, you get Queen of the Fields.
Yeah, big sad to whoever hasn't seen the show before and actually believed me when I said we were getting to the fun bits in this show.
Just one more to go.
Yeah, just one more to go. We'll get to the fun stuff, I promise. There is enjoyable content in this. It's not all sad all the time. This isn't quite Goblin Slayer. No, even in Goblin Slayer, they got a party by episode 13. Alright. We should end this. So,
Okay.
More things you like, more things you didn't like. What's the big takeaway?
I really loved the way that they animated Raphtalia when she was in the closet and she heard
Lol.
him, and like her tail, like you saw the hairs on her tail, like the artwork on that was awesome.
Yeah, this episode has really good art, just in general, I
Really
think.
good until the guy at the bad mustache guy.
Bad mustache. I think
His animation drives me nuts.
Yeah. Also, what kind of bitch fights with a whip? If Dark Souls has taught me anything, it's a whip is bad. It doesn't do anything.
Well, I guess it's a whole slavery, like...
Yeah, it's literally a weapon for subjugating civilians.
Yeah.
There's no point in fighting with a whip. If you have a whip, the other guy has a sword, you hope that they didn't take offense to you cracking it at them.
Right.
No, I already said slavery is bad, so
Mhm.
if that's not the big takeaway, we gotta come up with a doozy.
Yo, I'm pretty sure that is the.
Yay,
Would be.
slavery's bad. That didn't really happen this episode. That was for the spoiler section. Alright, so slavery's bad is next episode. What's this episode's big takeaway?
Okay. I think it's just, if you have. I don't know.
If
I
you
had
have the
a
right
thought and then it was goodbye.
if you have the right people, you can get over anything.
No, I think it's more
That's a little
when
too
one door
Power of
closes, another
Yeah.
one opens because they can't really go where they wanted to go, and so they're like, let's just go see the queen.
Yeah. Or even just trust your friends.
Yeah. And yeah.
Alright. Is there anything else you want to say to the people?
Not right now.
Fuck you people!